Everest Live, we're live. Um, I'm going live right now to nobody, just because it's breaking news story. This incredible event has happened, and I wanted to share it with you all as quickly and as efficiently as possible. Hillary Dawa Sherpa has been found alive at Crampon Point at the base of the Khumbu Icefall early this morning by a team from the SPCC that was going in to maintain the icefall. We have confirmation from Hillary Dawa's family and from other sources that indeed the story is true, that this is him. And he's on his way to Ham's Hospital right now in Kathmandu for further treatment. This is an incredible moment. What we can piece together, if we remember, is that Hillary Dawa was last seen alive at 7,600 meters above Camp 3 in the Yellow Band. He was seen there by Chris Thrall, who was one of the people on the expedition with him. Chris tells this story that he watches Hillary Dawa sit on this rock until his headlamp goes out, and everybody assumes that Hillary Dawa then was dead. I also made the same assumption. As a journalist, I guess we needed to wait for the death certificate. I'm very happy to be proven wrong in this. And so from what we can tell, Hillary Dawa then, this was a week ago. Hillary Dawa then basically shuffled his way down from 7,600 meters to the base of the icefall above Everest Base Camp. Everything is being packed up right now. The family yesterday had met with Chris. They met with a number of people on the expedition, and they were given money for the funeral expenses. The funeral services were supposed to start today, according to family members. And this morning, um, they found him at the base of the icefall. So the story is evolving. We have confirmation that he's on a helicopter to Kathmandu for treatment right now. From the photos we've seen, he of course has severe frostbite on his hands, but he's able to speak. He's conscious, and people that I talked to kind of off the record, none of this is absolutely confirmed, but apparently he also listened, he heard the helicopter searching for him yesterday. That motivated him to keep going to the base of the icefall. I also did speak off the record to people within the SPCC world who said that against protocol, they did make the decision to leave that one of the massive four ladder bridges in um, on the Khumbu Icefall. They made the decision to leave the bridge in place, um, just on the tiny chance that this guy would come down and that he would have a pathway. That unconventional decision is also what factored into saving his life. Um, a series of miracles for this to happen. One of the things I also want us to talk about as we move forward, maybe not in this moment, but as we move forward, we need to also not lose sight, just because he survived, we need to not lose sight of the decision making chain and all the things that happened that led to him being abandoned and left for dead on the mountain in the first place. I know that in the last two posts that I put out, we were kind of really focusing on the descent, on what happened, on the tragedy. Now there needs to be a time where we look at how do we prevent this from happening again in the future. We have to be compassionate for everybody who was on the mountain. Everybody there, regardless of decisions that were made, suffered greatly. I think mistakes were made across the board. From the trekking company to people that were on the mountain. Why did they summit so late? All these things we need to dissect in the future. None of those things are going to change what happened, but hopefully there are things that we can learn from and prevent this thing from ever happening again. So, just quickly going to look through all of our comments and questions here. Thank you everybody for tuning in with no notice. But it's such an incredible survival story. This guy survived 7 days without, I mean, he didn't have any supplies. He didn't have food, water. He didn't have oxygen on him. I have no idea how the human body is capable of accomplishing what he accomplished, but this is a testament to an incredibly strong man who was incredibly lucky. And we're just so happy. Again, Hillary Dawa was found alive at the base of the ice fall. It's true, it's real. And we'll know more about this in the coming weeks. I'm sure we'll be able to speak with him and his family. So it's one of the things that are coming up. I think you should sue the guiding company for failing to immediately mobilize. These are big questions. Why wasn't there a rescue operation mobilized for him in the first place? Huge question. I don't know the answer to this. These are things that need to be asked. Before that, there was also questions about why did they spend so long getting to the summit? Why were they up there in the first place? I have confirmed that Hillary Dalla also was a Camp 2 cook. He was not trained to go up high and to go to the summit. He was sort of a last minute ringer for a different Sherpa that was let go during the expedition. Why did this happen? These are all big, major questions. But one of the things that's important, that's going to be difficult, I was talking to one of the family members, is that because the permit, there's a lot of confusion. Was it 8K? Was it Himalayan Traverse? 8K issued the permits for Himalayan Traverse, but 8K did not implement the expedition. Legally, however, it's the permit holder who is responsible. It's the permit holder who holds the insurance. There's a layer now of distance between Himalayan Traverse and 8K. One of the family members is concerned that they may not be able to pursue legal recourse against Himalayan Traverse, which made the decisions that led to this, because the permit is held by an umbrella company. These things are going to play out in due time, but we're hoping that there will be justice for the family. The most important thing is that his wife and his daughter have their husband and have their father back. From what we can tell, I'm sure it'll be a long recovery, but he's in surprisingly good shape given what he went through. So thank you, everybody. Thank you. Got to see who donated. Sea Storm 5857. Of course, everything that's coming and any donations that come in, we will pass on to Hillary Dawa and his family. Is it possible to GPS tag every person on the mountain? It's possible. It's not very practical. One of the things that often happens, even like this year with Justin Sackett and stuff, those trackers are not crazy reliable and the batteries die, creating false concern as well. If a battery dies and the GPS tracker shows being in one location, it's hard to know, is it a dead battery or is it a dead person? So practically speaking, that's not something that people have talked about implementing. I personally feel like there needs to be things like a little more structure on the mountain, like a ranger team, having people on the mountain who are trained in high altitude rescue, who are keeping track of people, who are making sure that when the ice falls closed, when the mountain is closed, it's closed. Those kind of things could be put into place, probably with more reliability than trusting GPS trackers for everyone. But these are things that will spin out over time. Thank you, everybody, for the comments. I also hope that Hillary is able to get justice in this. We're going to make sure that we help him and his family get their due. Is it possible that he found food and water somewhere up? I mean, there must be abandoned tents that he was able to get into. I don't know, but I think that probably he was able to find some supplies to help him on his way down. These are stories that are going to come out over time. I just wanted to share it with everybody. Let's breathe a huge sigh of relief. Again, for those of you just tuning in, Hillary Dawa, the missing Sherpa who was abandoned or left above Camp 3 at 7,600 meters, has been found alive at the base of the Khumbu Icefall. He's on his way to Kathmandu for treatment. Um, this is a miracle story and probably one of the greatest survival stories of all time. Definitely in Everest history, uh, but it's going to take us some time to learn how that goes, for us to learn really what happened. We need to give him and his family some space to rest and recover. Um, if and when we are able to speak with him and the family, of course, from Everest Live, we're going to do that respectfully, and we're going to try to celebrate the true miracle that this was. And hopefully, as a climbing community, we'll be able to hold people accountable, and hopefully, we'll be able to put some things in place so that other people don't suffer a similar fate. So, thank you everybody for tuning in. I could keep saying the same thing over and over again, but I won't bore you. Hillary Dawa has been found alive at the base of the ice fall. Spread the word, tell your friends. It's true. We've confirmed it. And I'll give you all updates as soon as they come in. If we get more information, if there's a moment, we'll give you plenty of advance notice and we'll go live again. Maybe in the next couple weeks, we'll be able to even speak with him. Stay tuned. Lots of hope. Thank you all for being a part of our community. Thanks everybody who didn't give up hope. As a journalist, I also want to own that I sort of had written this off. Completely my fault. Never underestimate the power of Nepali Sherpas, strongest people alive. Congratulations to Hillary Dawa, his family. Good news this morning coming from Kathmandu. We'll keep you posted if anything comes up. Thanks, everybody. Lots of love. Hillary Dawa, he made it. He's alive.